Yes, hello, it's Jason here with the 200th episode of DieCastRestos. For this special occasion, I felt like celebrating with a golden custom on this shonky looking Matchbox Capri. These 54C Ford Capris were in the Superfast line between 1971 and 1975. This metallic magenta was the second phase of colour, arriving in 1972. The original flat pink or orange cars had a matte black bonnet. And this is the gold I'll be emulating on the real car. Aside from the slightly oversized wheels, the casting is otherwise a good representation of the Mark I Capri. The Capri even re-entered Matchbox production in 2021, with a modernised 1970 Capri featuring stripes and 4 round headlights joining the range. The original Lesney Capri left the main line in 1975, but remained in the Twin Pack series for 1976 in all over orange. This casting did spawn 2 variants however. The 1973 to 1975 67C Hot Rocker was a modified Capri. It had a giant V8 poking through the bonnet that rocked side to side as part of the short-lived Rollermatics. These came in metallic lime, metallic green and metallic red, all still featuring the tow hook. A US exclusive called the Maxi Taxi saw the Capri mould briefly utilised again between 1981 and 1982. By now, the Mark I Capri had been out of production for 8 years, so it was certainly showing its age. The 72F Maxi Taxi was essentially a reissue of the Hot Rocker, as again it had the Rollermatics rocking V8 poking through the hood. It was only ever painted yellow with a New York checker cab design on the sides and Maxi Taxi printed on the roof. Also, between 1976 and 1980, Lesney produced a Capri Mark II for the Speed Kings and Super Kings series. While there was never a Matchbox Mark III Capri, Corgi Juniors did offer one. I restored the final version of the Capri back in 2021, where I covered the history of the series in a little more detail, so be sure to check out that video. My custom Capri will be based on a real car that I've seen online. It's a 1969 1600 GT XLR painted in amber gold. It was a TV car and is featured in numerous television shows and films. As was the style at the time, a vinyl roof was an option on the Capri, so many had one, but this particular car didn't. It has chrome trim lavished all over it and is fitted with Rostyle wheels. You'll have seen a moment ago me priming my set of replica Rostyles. I'll leave a link in the description to the source of those wheels. The particular car I'm emulating has the registration OJL451H, and if you search for that on Google, you'll sure enough find images of it. Speaking of registrations, and I love this bit, this era of Matchbox often had seemingly real British number plates, fitted to either the front, rear or both. The registration reads BYN623J. The J suffix indicates that it would have been registered between August 1970 and July 1971, a year later than the car I'm basing it around. The YN part of BYN indicates it would have been registered in London, like so many fictional registration plates cast onto Matchbox toys. Someone at Lesney was clearly doing their research. For completeness, the B and the 3 digits would have been randomised to create a unique identifier for the vehicle. I've painted my Capri body in TS14 black, as it is a required base coat for the Tamiya metallic gold I'll be applying once it has dried. While I'm waiting, I touch up the plastic engine insert in chrome, and I'll detail this further later. You'd have seen I decided to cut out the tow hook instead of repairing it. I've then filled the gap left in the bumper part of the base with Humbrol model filler, which I'm now smoothing off. The headlights are enhanced with a touch of chrome. The registration plates back in the day would have been black metal, so I paint this in with my Artistro pen. And then the bumpers are coated in molotochrome to cover over the filler. This is Tamiya TS84 metallic gold, which I've so far only applied to wheels, not cast bodies. I used its metallic silver sister, TS83, on a BMW 5 Series a while back, and I was really pleased with the results. Hopefully the gold will work just as well as the silver on the Capri. Now I'm detailing the Rostyle wheels. This design of wheel was not exclusive to Ford. As you'll see in a moment, these were common on MGs, and were also fitted to Vauxhalls, like my dad's Forenza. I have a spare set of these wheels in hand to give to him for his Forenza I customised, though Lone Star's Flyers wheels were pretty well suited, to be honest. I'm priming the interior here, ready to paint black for a black leather interior effect. And now I'm using my fine paint pen to detail the engine bay piece a little. The engine bay on the Mark I Capri would house anything from the base 1300cc Kent inline 4 to the 3.1 litre Essex V6. Though in South Africa, around 500 were modified to run the 5 litre Windsor V8. Here I begin detailing the casting, starting with the registration plate on the base portion. With the second coat of metallic gold now dry, I give the registration plate its black background and add a base for the rear light clusters. Then I move on to applying the exterior trim for the window surrounds. Next it's the door handles, before progressing to the colour for the turn signals and brake lights. I still find that red and orange Sharpie over a chrome base gives me the best, most realistic results, especially when teamed with the Citadel Gloss Nuln Oil, which I'll be applying shortly. The dash is adorned with brown paint, replicating the wood veneer it would have had. I'll paint the dials in a bit later on. And here comes the Citadel Gloss, which is really going to enhance the entire rear end. Best of all is on that tiny, intricate Ford lettering. Next I'll run over the panel lines and grates. I don't forget the front, which receives a dash to the headlights and number plate. And the dash now receives its dials. The car is riding a little high with my new Rostyle wheels fitted. To remedy this, I've got some 1.1mm hollow tube, which should help lower the suspension a bit. The axles fit perfectly inside, and the pins secure the wheels onto them. During the test fit, all looks good, with the suspension pushed seemingly to its maximum. With the pins glued in, I then dab the ends with black paint. Lastly, I add in the windscreen wipers and wash the engine bay plastic with Citadel. These then are all the parts that make up my custom Capri. Inserted first is the cleaned and polished window piece, complete with additional wipers. Then it's the turn of the restored, customised and decayed engine bay. The interior fits in over the rear rivet post, sans tow hook, before the base is dropped in over the top and can be secured with 2 M2 laptop screws. Here's how the pink Peril 54C Matchbox Capri looked before I started work on it. It was a bit rough and play-worn, had a bent rear axle and a broken tow hook. Really, I just wanted something that would look good in gold to coincide with my 200th episode celebrations. I'd had my eye on restomodding this Capri for some time, and what better opportunity than this? And so, for the 200th time, here's how it now looks. That Tamiya metallic gold is incredibly reflective, and I think looks even better against the black background at the end of the video. It's a great shade, though it does highlight imperfections that wouldn't be so obvious on regular gloss coats. Despite my axle modifications, it is still riding high. The suspension clip is insanely springy. But positives, it has taken to the custom detailing sublimely. These Superfast era real world castings are made for customizing, I'm sure. And the Rostyle wheels not only look great, they are 3D printed extremely solidly too, plus allow for plenty of detailing over the base coat. So it's 200 up for me, but I don't plan on stopping there. Leave your thoughts on this custom in the comment section and make sure you like and subscribe. Sign up on Patreon for exclusive early previews of my builds. But all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.